And because of that, now they have these crazy mindsets that say, I'm going to get whatever it is that I want, no matter what's going on in the world, as though the world isn't coddled. Coddled is what they've been. When I speak about being coddled, I'm specifically speaking about these modern females who really have no idea what's actually out here. They have no idea what's actually going on out here because they've been protected. They've had this shield over them that constantly tells them that everything that they want, need, desire will be given to them. They live in Never Never Land. And we, as parents, we as males, have done this to them. It's our fault because we didn't tell them the actual truth. And because of that, now they have these crazy mindsets that say, I'm going to get whatever it is that I want, no matter what's going on in the world, as though the world isn't constantly changing. We're about to have a conversation about this particular female. And when you see what it is that she says and how it is that she said it, the confidence with which she said it, you're going to understand why I talk about her being coddled. Watch this.
Looking for a specific relationship.
She's looking for a specific relationship. Well, guess what? We all are, ma'am. We all are.
A specific relationship, how I want it to be.
How you want it to be. You see your mindset? How I want it to be. It's about me, what I want. Now, some people will say, well, everybody should feel like that. You should be able to get what you want. Yeah, if you can get it. But we'll speak about that problem later.
And I am okay with being single if that means I will never get it in my lifetime.
That's crazy. That's absolutely bananas. But does she know this? No. Why? Because they've been coddled. Like I said, they call males Peter Pan. They say males have Peter Pan syndrome. I say they have Neverland syndrome because they want to live in this fairy tale that doesn't exist. So I'm going to go and I'm going to have a conversation with this female because she's young and she may not understand, and it doesn't seem like she does. So I'm going to go have a conversation with her to explain some things to her about this. I'll be right back, good man fam. Hey, ma'am, you mind if I have a conversation with you? I know you're young. I'm not calling you ma'am because I think you're old or something. No, I'm just a sign of respect. What, you don't like respect? Okay then, yeah. Okay, so cool. You mind if I have a conversation with you? Okay, cool. You remember the video that you did that talked about the type of relationship that you wanted? You said you want a relationship, the relationship that you want, you were pointing at yourself. Yeah. That video. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions and tell you a couple of things because I don't really know if you know this, but of course, everybody wants their own relationship, the one that they want, right? You'd agree with that, right? But for some reason, you said something at the end that was crazy. You said you're okay with being by yourself forever, for the rest of your life. And life is long. Don't let people lie to you. Life is not short, it's long. You said that you were willing to be by yourself if you didn't get it. Yeah. Do you understand how crazy that is? No, I know it's your preference, but it doesn't matter if it's your preference, it's still crazy. No, I'm not saying that because that's what I think. I'm saying that because that's what it is. Okay, let me explain to you why it's crazy. Okay. Most people don't know this, and I'm the one who figured this out. Nobody has ever said anything about this, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. The reason that you say the words, I'm going to be by myself unless I get the relationship that I want, is because you all have two things that are the worst two things that someone can have when it comes to relationship that has your type of mindset. Hope and subjectivity. Yeah, it's bad. in this context. Well, you don't have to agree. I'm going to tell you why. See, hope and subjectivity are the two things that allow a female like you to be able to act as though reality doesn't exist. What do you all do? You say, God's going to give me a man. That makes it to where you don't have to do the work. And it makes it to where you can be hopeful for the rest of your life. There's 70 something year old females talking about God's going to give me a man. Because what? Because they have hope that they can use to keep saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming in the future. Well, it doesn't matter that you think that you'll be married or whatever before then. I'm telling you how they are, okay, what they say. And let's talk about subjectivity. Subjectivity is always what females use when it comes to not wanting to accept reality. Because in their mind, it's never going to be me. That's the subjectivity thing. It's never going to be me. I'm not going to be the one that gets treated like this. I'm not going to be the one who's not able to get a man after I reach a certain age because I'm going to always be pretty. I'm going to. And when you were saying me, I'm sitting there like, yeah, she's the same type of female who does not understand that reality doesn't not exist just because she doesn't want it to exist. No, you're not living in reality. Why do you? Yo, this is crazy. You do understand when I talk about hope and subjectivity that you saying you were willing to be single for the rest of your life is because you're wanting to hold on to hope and subjectivity. You want the chance, you want the option to be able to say, whatever type of male that I want, I'm going to get. You want that option. You want to be able to hold on to the option of thinking that you're going to get this male who has a six pack, six figures, 6 inches, and 6 feet tall. Because the option of holding on to that is more important to you than actually getting a guy who doesn't have all of that, but who treats you good. It's the same thing as females giving up Instagram compared to keeping their man. They'll rather the opposite. They'll rather give up their man to keep Instagram. Okay. I mean, I hear you saying that you wouldn't do that, but you just sat up here and said you'd rather be alone than have a guy who doesn't fit your obviously extremely high standards. As though a guy who's a 5 or a 6 can't be a guy who gives you a great life. I mean, no, you can have that preference. It's cool. I just wanted to make sure that I told you that the way you're thinking is going to land you single for the rest of your life. But that singleness is not going to be what you think it's going to be, boo-boo. Because you got this youth and, cuteness on your side. When you start not having that anymore, you're going to realize that life's a long time. And you're not going to want to be alone. But again, you don't know that right now because you're still young. Trust me, it's coming. And I suggest you change your mind. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and, roll the freak up out of here. But please remember what it is that I told you, because you're going to think back to this and say, man, this guy came over here and tried to tell me this and I didn't listen, and now I'm in this situation. All right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the entire freak up out of here. Hey, y'all, I'm back. Man, I tell you, man, the arrogance of youth is something else. So you all tell me, do you think if I met her in real life that the conversation would have went that way or a different way? You all tell me in the comment section, because the arrogance of youth cannot be overstated.
Looking for a specific relationship, how I want it to be. And I am okay with being single if that means I will never get it in my lifetime.
Grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And, of course, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.